GM Farcaster. Today is Friday, October 11th, and you are here with me, Adrienne, and NounishProf is back. I missed you.
I missed you so much. But it's been
Erica,
really fun to watch you and your co-hosts because they've been doing great. It was so fun.
great.
So I enjoyed it.
Erica and Cameron and Kristen were wonderful co-hosts,
They really
and
were.
if they're listening, thank you. Thank the three of you very, very
Very
much
much.
because
Yeah.
Did you see
They
me
did great.
struggling?
I did. The first day you were struggling. The second day I felt like you got it. Like
It
you
was a
really
little
didn't.
easier the second
You
day.
didn't look like you were struggling. The second day it seemed much smoother. And that's like, that's life. That's everything, right? You got to do it a couple times, have it make sense. So
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this is episode
So I'm making her do
it
it again today because I've been crazed. So she's in charge.
It's episode 167, which means 165 you have driven and 2 I have, or something like that.
So it's understandable that maybe, yeah, it might have been a little harder. And GM to everybody in the chat. I'll be doing the chat today.
Oh, good,
Fantastic.
because clearly I can't do 3 things at once.
It's very hard. Now
And
you
how have you
understand.
been? How has Los Angeles been for you?
It's been amazing, but it's been like constant, so many things. And I have the hardest time when I'm at conferences or things like this where it's just back-to-back events, keeping up online. So I've been terminally offline. So I have no idea what's going on. Like I've seen very little. And also I must apologize if you are DCing me or DMing me anywhere or emailing me. Like I probably haven't seen it yet. And I'm sorry, and I will get to you shortly. Apologies.
And by shortly, like, give it a few weeks.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Give it a few weeks.
Give me a couple weeks, please. That would be fantastic.
Before we get into it, kind of like high level for people who aren't completely noun obsessed or on part, what is Nounstown?
Who aren't me? Okay. So let me start with Nouns Fest. So Nouns Fest is a film festival that we did last year, very small. And we funded animated shorts. So short films, gave funds to various creators, and they had complete artistic freedom to do whatever, just incorporate something nounish. So this year was expanded. So we funded 50 different artists to do these shorts. And this was the film festival showing them all. And it also, there were some prizes involved for some of the filmmakers. And so it was like a like a traditional film festival, but it was amazing. And I think some of the shorts are also being put in for other film festivals. So some of them may not be available for a little bit, but I cannot wait for you all to see some of these because the creativity was amazing. And I always love, because Nouns is CC0, which means there's no copyright. You can take the art and mix it any way you want. It really always surprises me how much people change, like their takes on the art. And it was really fun. And then Nounstown was added on to that. So that was an event before and after that had a bunch of different activations. So Wednesday was like tons of activations going on within this one space called Secret Walls. So there was art, there was gaming, we had esports there doing Smash Bros tournament, like some of the top players in the world, like 10 or 12 of the top players in the whole world doing this tournament and live streaming it on Twitch. And then we had the park did some music. Nouns Breakers was doing some breakdancing. It was just fun. Oh, tabletop. I Speak Nerd was there playing the Nounish board game with people and teaching them how to play it.
What's the Nounish board game?
It's like Catan, but it's got its own twists, and it was created by Brennan, and it was funded by Nouns. But this is the first time it's been played in person in a larger setting. So that was really cool. So Nerd was doing that. And then, there was an art walk that Borrow Lucid and Humpty did. So they were doing that yesterday. Willy Wonka did something at the park, like at a park, not the park. The park today has an event, and we're going to be at Minotti's. So I am staying in Venice Beach again. I'm staying in the same hotel we stayed in for FarCon because I am a creature of habit, and I find something I like, I'm going to go back. So I've been a little bit of distance from where everybody else is, but it's worked out great. And there will be a meetup this morning. So if you happen to be in LA and you're watching this, come swing by Minotti's at 9:30 a.m. and we're going to have some bagels and builders. We're going to have some coffee and bagels. So yeah, so it's going to be that's happening today, and then some other activations are happening today, and then this is the last day. Oh no, I'm lying. Tomorrow, tomorrow is. I'm leaving in the morning, so I'm going to miss this other thing. But Rob Burnquist, who a lot of people may know as a very famous professional skateboarder, is also a Nouner. And they're doing an event at Dreamland, which is his skate park that has, I guess, the world's largest ramp. And they're going to have a bunch of professional skateboarders. I think one of the Olympians is going to be there, and they're going to be filming all that and doing a whole activation there. So it's a lot. When I say it's a lot, it's a lot. It's just
I had no idea everything. I kind of have been seeing a little bit of things on my feed and had like a little bit of FOMO, and my FOMO just kind of 10x'd hearing.
It was the film festival was really, really fun. Like, I think that's been one of my favorite things. My other favorite thing was this. So at Nounstown on Wednesday, there was a makerspace where there was screen printing and iron-on transfers, and he had collected images ahead of time. So I had sent him our little coffee cup and the pudgy that we used for Denver. And so people were putting them on shirts. I was seeing them all over the place, and it was so fun. Adorable. Yeah, it was so cool. And you could just customize. So I just customized my whole shirt. It was amazing. Yeah. And Vinny Hager, who's an incredible artist, who I just adore, was there doing custom one-of-ones. And it was great to like finally get him sort of integrated with the Nounverse. So it's been a blast.
Sounds like the vibes have been high.
Vibes have been immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. So the first night we did do a sunset happy hour in our favorite spot on the rooftop of Hotel Irwin, where we had our meetup. And that's what you're seeing there. And
purple nogs. I see the purple nogs.
By the way, Borrow Lucid, the coasters that I had, she nobody would use them. They kept taking them to take home.
Keep them pristine. Is this picture of the sunset taken from the rooftop?
Yes, it was incredible.
I mean, we were on the rooftop. I don't remember even seeing the ocean because
it was incredible. Yeah, it was incredible. And it was very misty, and it's misty this morning, and it cleared like right before. So
I saw a lot of complaints from LA people about the weather. You get no sympathy from like Florida.
From Florida,
getting pummeled.
No sympathy at all from my family. But it's so that was from Nounstown day 2. So that's where you see like the Nouns breakers, and there was piñatas, and we also went to Saddle Ranch and did some bull riding. I did not do any bull riding.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry about that. Bull riding, mechanical bull. I did not. Yes.
Are there videos?
There are videos. I did not do it, so don't even think about it. So it was great. It was great.
That's cool. So, and this is kind of your background, right? The film festival.
That was last night.
Marquee. Yep. All right.
Yep. And Donald Faison was the host for the film festival, who you may know from Clueless and Scrubs. So that was really cool. Seth Green was there because he was one of the producers of the shorts. So it was neat.
And we'll be able to watch the shorts soon?
Yes. Okay. Hopefully very soon. But some of them were hilarious. There's one that's like the little noun is getting therapy, and it's so like NFT crypto coded. It's hilarious. And he's just like, we're going to moon, and when moon, we're going to, when Lambo. And it was just, it's so funny. It's really funny. So that was my favorite one. But it was blessed.
All right. You want to see what you missed?
Tell me what I missed.
Yeah.
Tell me what I missed.
The feed went on in your absence.
I can't believe it. You guys just continued on without me. I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
Merkle doesn't stop. So,
Well, as Cassie told us many, many moons ago, the shipping will continue until QDAO is reached.
that's right. And we do not have QDAO.
We do not.
No, there's not enough quality content. Sorry.
We can verify our X account?
Yeah.
What?
Are you seeing this for the first time for real?
Yes. No, for
Okay,
real. Like, I did not see this at all. I have no
that's
idea
hilarious.
what this is.
Yeah, so an update from Varun. You can now verify your X account. So you can now connect a X, formerly known as Twitter, account on Warpcast, and it will show up on your profile. We're going to experiment with using this as a signal to give users more reach on the app. Should be rolling out to all users now. So, yeah, you just kind of connect the account, and I think it's helpful for new people maybe who already have an established profile on Farcaster. Come here. They don't want to be seen as a bot or low quality. Yeah. So it kind of, I think
that's actually super useful. It also is a great way in the other direction to be able to verify somebody on Twitter, because we get a lot of scammers and stuff who, that way you can, if they have their wallet connected over here, that's the real person. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
And that's one of the challenges for new users, is that before they write their first casts, we don't know whether they're spammy or not. Connecting other socials gives us more signals to determine whether you're a real person, which lets us give you a better first cast experiment.
Cool. And this is optional, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not required, but cool. I totally missed that completely. See, I'm telling you, GM Farcaster is great for catching up. You've been away.
We got you. I got you. An update.
We do have a question. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Can you import your social network from Twitter? I was asked today and I don't know. You mean your followers? I don't think is that
there is. Yeah, no. And someone was just asking about this, and I don't see why someone couldn't build a tool, do this, like kind of somewhat manually. I think we just talked about this with one of, like, on Monday or Wednesday, Prof, without you, I think this came up. But no, there's no automated way to kind of import your following. Oh, that was it. I was showing, I think, the Icebreaker update. And I don't know if you saw this, but Icebreaker has an update where you can import your LinkedIn graph.
Okay.
Like,
well, I would never in a million years do that, but okay. But
yeah, I don't
Twitter
even know. Are you on LinkedIn?
I am, but it's like I have not used it in years.
Okay,
so
you might not know this, but GM Farcaster has a LinkedIn account, and
I know I got to get in there.
Yeah, you can add your experience now.
That's so funny.
An update. This is an update on channels and new channels. So from DWR, a channel update: invite from a reply. It's now one click to invite someone to be a member of your channel from a reply. Useful if you cast "Who wants to join my channel" in your channel, and then invite the most interesting replies. Pairs nicely with the new changes to what non-member replies appear above the fold, live on web and mobile.
This is great. Yeah, I did see this one and I was like, this is fantastic. I love that. That's going to make it much easier.
And related channel updates, more replies now above the fold. So the fold being which replies you see by default, which ones are kind of hidden under the show more replies. It was previously.
And reminder, that comes from newspapers.
And reminder, newspaper was a print. It was a piece of paper. It was actually, they're called newspaper because they were printed on paper.
Actual paper. For those who don't know.
We're so old.
I'm so old.
Anyway, so previously you had to be a member in a channel. So if you weren't a member in a channel, you get stuck in the hidden replies.
Naomi, your self-worth comes from being above the fold. You might need to remind people.
That's not true. Your self-worth is not determined about where you show up in someone else's feed. Naomi, you're a good person. You're smart enough. You're good enough. People like you.
Just a reminder.
Warpcast does not determine anybody's self-worth. Go just...
And the answer is Miriam, now. Pep talk, now pep talk.
By the way, I think I said this, but I had Dan reply to me in a cast earlier this week in a channel he wasn't in, and he showed up in these show more replies.
Love it.
So now if you Yeah, if you reply to a cast in a channel, it will likely appear above the fold even if you're not a member, particularly useful for replying to your friends. If you're a channel owner or mod, you can always invite someone to become a member and they will always appear above the fold. Still working on member badges and channel block. I love that. I
Ooh,
mean,
cool.
like
Love that.
being able to just visually see kind of the badge. More details in the doc below, which I'm sure all of you have taken the time to read. Just
You have
kidding.
homework. Go do it. I love it.
All right. Last thing from Dan on channels. A lovely PSA.
So I
about
think
the
that
new version
I just want to go
of
back to
channels.
there 1 second. 1 second on that
Okay.
though. Do you think that Dan increased the show above the fold because he ended up below the fold? That might be it.
No,
That might be it.
I do not think so. I
Okay,
think it's
continue
because
on.
Dan has listened to feedback like a good
Yeah,
founder
like
he
he does.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he does. Love it.
Oh, you want to
Sorry,
hear some
continue on. I
you want
got
to
her
hear
off
his
her
point of
flow.
view on channels?
I'd love to.
Okay. They are no longer single topics. They are not
Yeah, I heard that.
hashtags. If you're not watching video, Prof's face is all scrunched up because I think she doesn't agree. We
I don't
tried
agree.
hashtags for a year and they didn't work. There's no canonical food channel anymore. Psst, there is a food
Except
channel still,
there's
except there is.
Click the link.
I could click this, it'll come up. Okay, but instead there will be many smaller groups about a topic. The best way to think about the new version of channels is a text-based Twitter space. There's a group of people, these are the members, on stage who can post new stuff in a channel and a larger group in the audience. However, anyone in the audience can reply and get discovered or invited to the channel. We've improved how replies work, making it easier to invite from the replies in the last 24 hours. Number 3, casting in your home feed, i.e. not into a channel, will give you just as much distribution in the algo. We have not been boosting casts from channels you follow, but people you don't follow for a while. The results were too inconsistent. And 4, our next big focus will be onboarding new users directly to channels when joining Farcaster. So you're not liking the new direction, or you just don't agree?
No. I like the new direction. I just and it was more not even it's no longer hashtags. I'm fine. I get that. What I meant was there was a discussion that I went back and forth with Dan about large channels still being useful, and particularly we were talking about the food channel. And I think it's a better place to put those kinds of things. Like if you're casting your food or you're looking for a recommendation, it's way easier to go to the channel than because there was just cast it to your home feed. I'm like, why would I do that? Like, why wouldn't I cast it into the channel? Because then it's going to make a lot more sense. And I can just scroll that channel and see, oh, this is cool. Oh, I like that, whatever that relates to that topic. So I think there's a combo there is what I'm taking it as. Like, it doesn't have to be all cozy corners. They can be larger corners.
Well, I almost see it as a funnel.
There's literally a food channel on cable. Like, it's called the food channel.
Okay,
like,
but literally not everyone,
like
not everyone can post shows to the food channel. That is still highly curated, it's
right.
And so I think I see it almost as like a funnel.
But everyone can watch it. But everyone can watch the food,
But
on TV,
the only reason people are watching it is because it's curated.
Exactly. So I agree with that part.
Yeah. I mean, I think the answer is if you have
and I look at it like Reddit. I think that's more like Reddit. So I agree with Naomi here. Also on Reddit, there is a food subreddit. Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah. It's all good. This was interesting. Are you finding this too? So this is the one concern I have is for new people. So Ray just said in the chat, it's so confusing for newcomers. I had an hour call to onboard a friend today, and channels were something he still struggled with. So I think that's still going to be a little bit of a adjustment, especially for newbies.
I think so too.
All right.
Many such cases.
Okay. Many such cases.
Yes, Meta David is pointing out the number of tabs I have on my browser. What you don't know is there were so many freaking tabs for this episode that I had to split it in 2 windows. So this is about half. I'm going to have a heart attack on like live on air. I'm not happy about it.
And this is why she's like trying to move things along and I keep stopping her to talk.
You're such
Okay, continue on. I'm going to be quiet
Okay.
for a minute.
We haven't even gotten to the news, like which we're just barely touching the news of the day. I pulled this. I love this from Kenny, who said, I can be critical of Warpcast. So here's a thing they do great. I think the automated spam stuff is fantastic. It's very rare that I get notifications these days from accounts interacting with my stuff that are obvious bots. Hidden replies tend to be 95% accurate and only populated by AI spam too. So
I agree.
that's nice.
I agree.
This from Undefined, just kind of new tooling keeps popping up, introducing fargate.mint.club, a channel moderation tool to set up an invitation gate for your channels. Deploy a membership collection that users can mint to receive an invitation. Set up different quests that users can complete to earn an invitation. For example, different types of quests you can set: follower count, following a user or channel, real user metrics like FAR score, on-chain transaction count, Warpcast related metrics like liked or recasted a cast, various token ownership checks, and whatnot. So I think that is super cool to see. Yep. This from Seneca: grow your channel by letting members invite their friends. If you're running around, the inviter earns referral rewards. To use, add RoundsBot as a mod. Use the invite link with your channel name to get the inviter frame, pin it in your channel. So I think that's really cool too.
Very cool.
Someone asked if there's a single page that like lists all the different channel tooling. The answer is no.
No, not yet.
Oh,
no, the answer is not yet.
Yeah. So the answer is, when you live in decentralized world, there's never a single centralized place to get the source of truth for anything ever. We will never have that. Don't ask. It's too much.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
You have to choose two.
Yeah. That's right. But single source of truth will never happen. Because it's permissionless. Like someone out there who you've never heard of is, writing a bot right now, and they're not updating that centralized page.
Yeah.
This from Ted. The ChatGPT reply guys are infiltrating TikTok and every other social platform that exists. So what's their incentive to do this? TikTok. And it's a screenshot of exactly what we see in Warpcast in the show more replies, which is like bots just like summarizing what you wrote.
Yeah, the AI, the thing that we're so used to. Yeah. A bot is writing.
Yeah, from DF. I don't know if you saw this. A bot is writing a bot right now.
A bot right now, probably.
Did you see this from DF? Put a new Dune dashboard that just is showing the different domains that are shared on Farcaster.
Yes, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Yeah, very interesting.
The top ones are about kind of image sharing. So probably that makes sense, because their kind of images are hosted on third-party sites and then they end up getting shared. But kind of you go down a little bit and we seeing Zora there, Paragraph there. Mm-hmm. This is a cast from Colin, and got one from Jacob as well. So, file that under not surprising, but still cool to see.
Yeah. Good to have the confirmation of the data.
This from Jesse Pollock. Did you see this on your feed?
I did. And I also saw Jesse in person.
Oh, how lovely.
On Wednesday. So awesome. Jesse came, he was scheduled to come to Nounstown, and I thought that he would cancel because, things changed. And he flew in for a couple hours to keep his commitment, and then flew back after he had done this. This was the day after the offsite that he talks about here. So I'll let you read that.
That's great. Yeah. So this is Jesse Pollock. Did my first all-day offsite yesterday with the Coinbase executive team. A few quick observations. This is a real team. Brian, Emily, Alessia, Max, and Greg have now been working together for 5+ years, and it shows. The level of rigor and strategic thinking plus execution is incredibly high, thinking on the scale of years and decades while consistently driving short-term execution. 3, they get on-chain. They are leading the way in shaping what it means to bring a massive public company Onchain. I mostly listened and learned. I'm excited to be part of this team and to bring the perspective I have from being in the Onchain trenches every day with all of you onwards.
Yeah,
I think we all feel
incredible.
really
So
happy.
he came and talked about his DAO journey, and then talked a little bit about Base and sort of what's next, and his new the new Coinbase wallet stuff that he's working on. So it was very cool. It was great to see him.
All right, moving on. Did you catch the Unichain news?
I did, although I didn't fully digest what the hell it is, but I caught it a little bit, and mostly I caught it from Horsefax's cast here. So I guess I
From
caught
this
a little
one.
bit more than I thought. Yeah,
And he casted in
so
the
funny.
Brypto
Crypto.
channel.
I assume that's crypto.
I think it's Crypto Bros. So I don't hang
Crypto
out there
bros.
because guess what?
Not a bro.
I'm not a bro. Horsefax. So what's Unichain? Well, you know Ethereum, right? Sure. There are a bunch of other chains built on top of it that work together in a unified way. Oh, so that's the Unichain? No, that's the superchain. Unichain is multi-chain because it's on the superchain, but Unichain is its own superchain chain. So Uniswap is on Unichain. Well, Uniswap is already multi-chain, so Uniswap is on every superchain chain, but Uniswap is also on Unichain, and you can swap from any superchain chain to Unichain on Uniswap.
Anyway,
Uniswap
more to
launched a
come to
layer
figure
2.
out
Yeah.
exactly what it means.
What it means is Uniswap
liked-
launched their own layer 2.
Yeah, I think Naomi's it's an L2 with nerd improvements is a good explanation.
Well, I think it's kind of like it's opinionated for DeFi.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So this from Dynamic, every app is moving towards having its own chain. Unichain is accelerating this movement. Congrats to the Uniswap team for launching their L2 on testnet. Dynamic supports Unichain from day one through our custom EVM networks. Learn how to spin up custom EVM networks on Dynamic in less than 5 minutes. So if you're a developer and wanting to get on the Unichain, check out Dynamic. I liked this poll from Tyab. Will Uniswap eventually launch a centralized exchange? Spicy question.
Very spicy question. I'd say no. I don't think they will. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, the crowd is not with you as of now.
Yeah, very much so. That's wild. What did you think? Do you think they will?
No opinion.
Okay.
No opinion. This from Samuel Huber. If you're a dev on Farcaster or startup building here, my DMs are always open to help. I debug code, build features or full products, and would love to help you succeed. No strings attached. To see case studies who I worked with, go to dtech.vision. That webpage also has a blog with Farcaster docs. So Samuel Huber is a dev, I think based in Germany, maybe? No, I'm forgetting. But I
thought it was Sweden, but I'm honestly not sure.
Okay, we don't know, Samuel. I'm sorry. But he and I like to chat about DevOps.
I don't know why we shouldn't even guess. We shouldn't even guess.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But he is one of the most generous people, I think, with his time and effort. So I want to shout him out because he's also underfollowed and doing great work.
Like, what are you doing?
Go
follow him. I agree. I agree.
Did you know Chicago did a little webinar yesterday?
No.
And
very cool.
As part of the Octant Accelerator.
GM, oh, great.
Yeah, Chicago gave a session on growing an audience on Farcaster.
I love it.
And you're not seeing this picture if you're only listening in, but there's an incredible screenshot from the Zoom with our friend Chicago pointing at the camera. I don't know what she's saying, but something very insightful. You can, I think she's talking about the culture of Farcaster and saying Farcaster is not about attacking other people. It's about having conversations and building connections.
Naomi confirmed that Samuel Huber is in Germany, just so you know.
Okay, there. I was right for once in my life. So I think Lynx is in the Octant Accelerator for B card. So maybe was in in the audience and said a quote from Chicago: "If you organize events and not a ton of people show up, don't be discouraged. It can still be meaningful and bring a lot of value to the people who attend, yourself included."
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, IRL stuff is hard.
Definitely.
So you probably maybe didn't see this because I barely saw this. Do you know Turkey
Yeah.
Band's Discord?
I did not see this. I did see this cast only in our Discord, but I missed it on the feed. Yeah, and this is yeah. Okay, so what was Dan's response to this?
Well, it's just another case of like governments cracking down on centralized. We had this with Brazil and Twitter recently, and it always brings up Farcaster is censorship resistant, decentralized. This should be where people move to, but Dan and his lack of marketing refuses to tell people about it, so people get on Dan for that. So DC Bosch, where is Farcaster in pitching these users? And I thought Dan's reply was, "Do you think this should be a priority relative to everything else we are working on?"
And that's the way to think about it. Yeah. So I get it. Although I think sometimes there's easy lifts. This one, I don't know, is that easy. I think the Twitter to Brazil was a little easier. And then I didn't realize that Brazil has unbanned Twitter. So that's interesting.
I didn't know that either. Which is also like, you only ever hear like the bad news, the drama, right? Yeah. Like anytime something restored, like you hear anything going towards more entropy and more chaos, that's what people want to talk about. Like, but when things are kind of going, you just don't hear it.
Yep, absolutely.
But I always point out, we don't need Dan to do marketing.
This is true.
So it's like, if you think Farcaster is a good place, you can go market it. And related, that was the essence of the writing hackathon we organized, which was permissionlessly organized, having nothing to do with Merkle. We said we want to get people together to write about Farcaster, to kind of tell the world about Farcaster. That was in June. Several months later, we published a little booklet with like a compilation of various essays and excerpts. And that is on Zora, and you should go download the booklet. It's super cool. And we put that out. So links in there.
And it's fantastic. Please go take a look at it. It's amazing. And mint it if you'd like, but you can just take a look right on Zora. You
can just right click and save it.
Right click, save it.
Without.
But you should mint it. It's cool. It's really cool.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it came out great.
What else is going on? Mini milestone for Linda at Bountycaster. This past month was the first month where we had more money going into the company than out, including paying salaries, excluding airdrops and grants. Still fully bootstrapped with 2 people, aiming for many more months like this. I really loved watching
many
her
such
build.
Cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great. It's great to see. Yeah, I love that she shares so much about how she's building and does it so publicly. It's really helpful to everybody else as well. So thank you, Linda. We love watching you.
Thank you.
And congrats.
Congrats.
Good progress.
Yay. And speaking of Farcaster native companies, Rish from Nanar, we are hiring 2 staff engineers. We work on interesting infrastructure problems, make money, and have a strong balance sheet. Team is all engineering, remote within the US, Silicon Valley cash and equity compensation. So check that out. I just really love to see Farcaster companies growing.
I do too.
Completely new topic.
Unrelated.
I don't know if you saw cheese on the timeline.
Surprisingly, I did see this.
So randomly,
it's so weird, the things that I did catch. It's very random.
I don't know. I'm pulling this up. I don't know if this is really a Farcaster news story so much as it is an Adrienne news story. Like it was my personal Farcaster news story. But July casted about cheese because 7 months ago he decided he wanted to create a YouTube channel where he and a guest go around the world, go to different countrysides to see cheesemakers.
I think that'd be amazing. Yeah.
I don't know why he brought this up, but yesterday he re-brought this up, and there was a lot of cheese on my timeline.
It's a lot of cheese. feta.
It's just cheese.
The feta meme is hilarious.
What's the feta meme?
Go straight up. It's meta and it says feta instead.
Oh,
With Zuck.
okay. That's
funny.
That's actually
funny. Yeah, that's funny.
And then when I saw that, I immediately dropped everything I was doing and wrote a blog post about the time I watched Mongolian nomad herders make cheese. And I don't know if you saw this. I literally
definitely missed that one.
And this is why I'm mad at July, because, and it's not really his fault. It's my own fault for not being disciplined. But I see something on my feed and I was like, oh, I saw people make cheese once. And then I went and I blogged about it. By the way, Paragraph has a new flow for publishing and it's much simpler than it has been in the past. So shout out Colin and Reed and Paragraph. They're doing a great job.
Amazing.
All righty.
That's really cool. I did not know you were into cheese making in Mongolia. I had no idea.
Yes.
I had no idea this was a thing, and I had no idea that you would have experienced said thing. So that's pretty incredible. Have to go give this a read. Definitely have to give this a read.
It's not a read, it's a picture story. It's a story in pictures.
Okay, great. That works. All
right, how are we doing on 29 minutes of news?
Oh, we're doing just fantastic. I am going to have to go soon because I have an event at 9:30, but that's okay. We've got a few more minutes.
All right, well, I'll move on. I just want to shout out because as angry as I was,
I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Who did the writing hackathon design? Do you remember
Tori
who designed it? I can't remember.
Tori.
Which Tori?
Tori Stories.
It is Tori Stories. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's in our chat and that's what I thought. And I just wanted to give her a shout out. And we should have airdropped you one. I forgot who had designed it. So you didn't need to mint it. We should have airdropped you one. Sorry, Tori. I thought it was her, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to say it if I was wrong. So yeah,
and this is how great Farcaster
Tori,
is.
The design is incredible. The design's great. So great job, Tori. I loved it. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, this is how great Farcaster is because I just asked. I said I needed someone who knew how to do book layout and turns this into a pretty PDF. I think I cast it. I got I think Tori pinged me back within 30 seconds. She was the first, but I had 5 other people who could also do it. And then we made a book together and it was great collaborating with you, Tori. You did a fantastic job. So should we do a few more news stories and then let you go to
I got 5 minutes. Go for it.
All right. Maybe 10 well, this is me stalling because I have to share my second screen with 30 tabs on it. And we did it. This came up. Oh, this from W. Will, and in response to Kecker's posting a meme of kind of sad guy doing the 9 to 5. Once I make it, then my real life can begin. And W said, my friends and I have a long running joke with the punchline, and then I'll be happy. And it is frankly incredibly effective at getting people to take agency over their present state. And I've had a lot of conversations with people on Farcaster, with this sentiment. And I think that is cool. Oh, do you know what last night was?
The Aurora?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Did you even know that was a thing? Yeah. Okay.
I heard about it, but I knew I wasn't going to be anywhere where I could see it. So
the Aurora borealis was going to be visible. And I had no idea until I started seeing it pop up on my feed. So people taking photos. And I don't really remember it ever being so visible in North America.
This summer, there was a moment too where I did see it because I was in North Carolina, but it wasn't as, wasn't as plentiful as this. But I don't know if you remember that. It was back in May. Yeah. And there was a moment where it was unusual to be able to see it that far south. And it was amazing. It was really cool to see.
I was getting text messages from my aunt. So and the tip, they said you can see it better through your phone. Because your phone, through the camera in your phone than with the naked eye, which is interesting.
I figured that out. I realized that too when I was looking at it back in May, because I was going, I don't really see anything. And they're like, put your phone up. And I did. And I went, oh, wow. And it was like a whole different thing. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Keckers. I agree.
Keckers with the meme because she's sad. And I think Keckers just moved from a northern state to a southern one and not enough time. Missed out.
Having some FOMO. Yeah.
And
this is Adrienne trying to figure out what she can skip and what she wants to pull up in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah. What is newsworthy?
I've done this so many times. Yeah, it's hard to
keep talking while I figure out what's even worth. What do people want to see? Do you know there's Krabby Patty at Wendy's, and SDV Steve is upset with Farcaster because he thought Farcaster users should be on the bleeding edge of innovation, but nobody is talking about the Krabby Patty at Wendy's.
I mean, really, he's right. He's absolutely right.
I did see Shoney later say he tried it, and I wonder if he saw this cast then went out, in which case, Farcaster is a big influencer. It's people get influenced.
It's a big influencer. There's a lot of KOLs.
Alrighty, so I think I will end it with a good story.
I can't even begin to tell you how funny it is to be on the other side.
I don't know how to end the show. Okay, keep in mind, guys, I've done this 3 times before in my life. Prof has done it 165. If this effing sucks, then
you're doing great.
I'm okay. Then it's good because I just need about 10,000 more hours. All right, I'm ending it on a Nary's
this is actually perfect. This is perfect.
Online connects us, Onchain empowers us, and yes,
I love that.
Yes, it does.
And I think I may see a Nary in 15 minutes, hopefully. So that was
amazing.
Perfect.
All right, absolutely so that perfect. Is 29 minutes of Farcaster news, also known as 42 minutes plus. Thank you for being here on this Friday. I'm so glad this week is over.
She's like, I'm so glad I'm done. However, I have one little sad note for you. At this moment,
you're not getting back home.
There's no power. No, there's no power. So one, I might be getting back home. We'll see. As far as I know, right now the airport is opening today. So we'll see. Airport back home. And second, though, if I don't have power, and now my mom doesn't have power either, because that was my backup plan. Yeah, we'll see. So Ivy is our guest on Monday, right?
Ivy, so you're saying or maybe a co-host?
Maybe a co-host. We'll see if I don't have power.
Yeah, so next week, so
what just be prepared. You might have one more day you have to do this. But hopefully
that's okay. I need 10,000 hours. I need to suck a little bit more and I'll get better. So next week we do have some guests. So I think timing TBD, but we have Ivy stopping by on Monday. Wednesday, maybe our normal show, and we have a guest on Friday.
And we do. We have Burberry, Bur Friends Poker, stopping in on Friday, and she's a professional poker player. Has been running a bunch of games on Farcaster, and it's been amazing. So yeah. And what are you doing right now? Tell the folks, what is it that you're doing at this moment?
Okay, so
are you unboxing?
I'm doing an unboxing. I don't even. I was gonna even peek in to see. So if anyone wants to see a live unboxing, I ordered base merch. Cool. A long time ago, and it has arrived. And it has arrived because you know what? We're not at the level of Amazon Prime yet. I'm purchasing with crypto and it arrived and I'm so excited because
I'm looking forward to seeing this.
A super based hat, which looks
nice.
A little bit big for my little head.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I had I had to squish this one this morning too. It was new and I'm put it on and I'm like, oh, I have to adjust that. So I had to do that really quick. But it's
And
really cute. Super Bass merch by Toady Hawk. So
is
amazing. Also, AKA not Adrienne.
I
Not Eve.
am, yeah, also AKA not Tony Hawk. The
Not Tony Hawk.
And oh, I'm so excited for this. Look. It is a
Oh, I love that.
black hoodie that says
Based.
based.
Love it.
And
Love it.
that one, dude.
Oh, wow. That is cool. That's really cool. That is super
So,
cool. I love that.
how based?
Amazing.
How based am I?
You're pretty based. You're
Happy.
super based. Clearly super based. Amazing.
Okay. Can you end the
All
show?
right. Well, how are you going to sign us off here?
I've been
End the show.
How do we end this?
She's like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. That was a lot of links. I can't. Well, everybody, thanks for being here. Happy Friday. We will see you on Monday. Hopefully I will see you on Monday. If not, we will have Ivy will be on either as a guest or a guest co-host. We'll see. And I'm not sure if are we going later for her? I would think so. So probably 11:30 Eastern.
later.
I believe she's West Coast. So yeah, pinch later. We might do the West Coast thing. So we'll see you then, and bye-bye.